What's up everyone, Bernie here again for a Khans of Tarkir booster draft, doing an 8-4 on Magic Online. I've had a little bit of problems recording, so I'm going to try some things out in this episode and just see if things go a little bit more smoothly. So, pack one, pick one, and what do we have here? It's not a bad one. We have two strong gold cards in Abzan Chan and Mantis Rider. We also have a Bellowing Saddlebrute, which is a very good card that keeps us in one colour. And it might be the pick. Mantis Rider is pretty much unbeatable. I haven't had a lot of luck drafting Jeskai, but I have had a lot of luck drafting 5-colour. And this can certainly go in a 5-colour deck. It's not bad at all. I think it's probably objectively more powerful than Abzan Chan if we did want to go that route. I'm going to actually just reserve this, and it does leave us open to being in Jeskai. I honestly think the other contention in this pack is Bellowing Saddlebrute. Other good cards are Treasure Cruise and Windsguard Crag. Snowhorn Rider is obviously very good as well. But I think if I wasn't taking the Mantis Rider here, I'd probably be taking the Saddlebrute followed by the Abzan Chan. Okay, but a good pack. Good first pick. Okay, so we can follow this up with the Jeskai Charm, which is certainly very good, or we can start taking Tri-Lands, which I know is super greedy. Obviously the correct thing to do really here is to take the Jeskai Charm, but as I say, I haven't had a lot of luck with Jeskai. Or we could take the Tranquil Cove or Nomad Outpost. I would be more inclined to take the Nomad Outpost, because if we're taking fixing this early, this fixes 3 colours, and I would be looking into drafting 5-colour, because that's something I really like doing, and I think it's very strong indeed. So it's between the Charm and the Outpost. This pack isn't particularly deep. There's an incremental growth, which is good. It's not actually exceptional though. It's not as good as it might be. So this is a tough one, and I think we're just going to take Jeskai Charm. I think that's probably correct. Right. Chief of the Edge. This is kind of late. Chief of the Edge. Chief of the Edge is very good. But for us, if we're just looking at either 5-colour or Jeskai, we're looking at the Singing Bellstrike or the Windsguard Crag. We certainly want to steer clear of stuff like Abzan Guide for the time being, and I think we're just going to take the fixing. Fixing is certainly important when we have stuff like Mantis Rider. Singing Bellstrike, although very good, is replaceable. I think this card is very underrated. I constantly see them going late, which is obviously another reason to consider not taking it here. Windsguard Crag is good. We Fate is also good in the Jeskai deck. Alright, what do we got? Arrowstorm is probably the pick here. Trumpet Blast is pretty decent in the Jeskai deck if you get enough stuff with prowess. It can be pretty spicy. But what are the objectively powerful cards? Well, we have Bloodfell Caves, Disown Ancestor, Dragonscale Boon is also good. And Sage-Eye Harrier is actually, and Monastery Flock are both decent in the 5-colour deck, but they're not decent in the Jeskai deck. Well, they're not amazing in the Jeskai deck. Sage-Eye Harrier is actually fine, but Arrowstorm is easily the strongest card here, I think. Maybe Bloodfell Caves. I really do prioritise these fixing highly, but we're going to take the Arrowstorm here. Okay, that's a pretty late Windscout, which makes me well, I wouldn't say it's actually that late. I mean, we're only on pick 5, but Windscout is a very good card. You know, Windrake in most formats, and it's not quite Windrake in terms of its toughness and power, but Windrake's always a decent card, and we can get enough stuff to make this very good. So very happy to be picking up a Windscout at this point. There is a Savage Punch still in the pack as well, which is also very good, but we're ignoring that. We're taking the Windscout. Another Savage Punch. Wow. Okay, what is there for us? There's Scion of Glaciers, and that's about it. And I think that's what we're taking. We're going to stick the course for the time being. There's no particularly good fixing. We can pick up banners pretty much at any point, and punch isn't particularly good in our deck, even if we did eventually go 5 colour. I'm sort of throwing out 5 colour. I think it's fairly unlikely that we are going to be 5 colour. I haven't seen a lot of fixing, so it's probably likely that someone else is. But we're definitely just taking Sign of Glaciers here. And there is a Swiftwater Clive. There's also 2 decent 5 colour cards in Sago Archer and Embodiment, but we're just going to take the on-colour fixing for what we want now. And just noting these, it's certainly not close that we're taking the Saltwater Cliffs. It's exactly what we want. Okay, Disdainful Stroke and Summit Prowler are both fine. I don't really like Disdainful Stroke that much though, because it doesn't counter morphs, and I know that's not the best reason not to like it, but it is a reason. I guess it's probably at its best in the Jeskai deck. Nothing else in this pack is particularly exciting. Or maybe Take Up Arms, actually. Like if we get enough stuff with prowess, this seems like it could be decent. Okay, there's a Skullkin, which is good. It's the kind of card we want, but yeah, Windscarred Crag fixing exactly what we need. Alabaster Kirin, absolutely fine taking this now. We do need some 2-drops at some point, but it's not the end of the world that we haven't got any yet. It's not a bad first pack, actually. I mean, if we're in Jeskai, we're definitely playing all of these cards. It did look like green is a little open. Saw a couple of late Savage Punches and a Sago Archer. Although this format is complex. Ooh, well, there you go. See, people do not respect this card at all. Singing Bellstroke is truly excellent. A War Behemoth is actually not bad in our deck as well, because we might look to pick one up, because we are going to win in the air. That looks like what we're doing at the moment is we're gonna win in the air. But we'll take the Bellstroke here. That's pretty good. Sure, Harrier or Trumpet Blast. Actually, I mean, Trumpet Blast isn't bad considering we have a Take Up Arms, a Jeskai Windscout. You know, I'm going to take the Trumpet Blast. Yeah, Bloodfire Expert, and a Shadow for the sideboard, which we will probably never board. Okay, so a decent first pack. I'm going to stop the video now, and I'm going to start recording for the next pack.